So this is our setup for interfacing of any sensor with data acquisition system. This setup we have in our laboratory. So in this setup you can see actually there are number of sensors, and these number of sensors are called as sensor cluster. Okay, so in which we have number of sensors, so that's why it is called as sensor cluster. And you can see there are number of sensors. The first one is for current and voltage sensor, the second one is called as pressure sensor, then third one is called as RPM sensor, then next one is called as temperature sensor, then after that we have our angular displacement sensor, then after that we have linear displacement sensor. In angular displacement we use rotary potentiometer, and in linear displacement we may use linear potentiometer, or we can also use LVDT. So all these sensors are fixed on one single setup. That setup is actually called as sensor cluster. Next to that, all these sensors are interfaced with data acquisition system. So this is nothing but data acquisition system. So in this data acquisition system you can see that black color box. Into that black color box we have various types of channels that can be selected, and total we have provision of 15 number of channels. So this 15 number of channels you can select from this one, and as you can see there is currently now channel number 6 is going on. Okay, and you can see this is nothing but the list of those channels. Okay, the pressure sensor, then temperature sensor. Temperature is channel number 1, voltage is channel number 2, then current is channel number 3, up to linear displacement channel number 8. Okay, so how does this work? So we have all channels which are coming together. You can see even in this diagram also, which is given on this setup. So here we have is multiplexer. Into this multiplexer all these sensors input is actually coming. Whatever sensors we have on the sensors cluster, their input is coming onto this multiplexer. From the multiplexer, input goes to your input is initially scanned, and after that each channel number can be displayed over here. So scan time is required. Directly you cannot see changes in the reading at that instant only. It requires certain kind of scan time. So initially your input is given to multiplexer. From this one it is going to scan time. It takes some time. After it is sent to microprocessor, and this is nothing but that microprocessor. After that we require analog to digital converter. It is also connected to this one. So you can see everything in digital fashion. Then after that all channel numbers you can see they are also given over here. You can see here is channel number. Then after that we have display, which is you can see over here -2.19 for channel number 6. Then we have memory for this one also, and we have converter. Again, whether we require any kind of conversion, so for that you can use the converter also. For example, in case of pressure sensor, the pressure is converted into digits. Okay, so and at the end on this diagram you can see there is converter. Okay, there is computer, not converter, sorry. So what is purpose of computer? I can even connect this whole equipment to computer also. So that is actually my main requirement. So I can connect this whole equipment to computer, and after that you can control everything from the computer. So that is the beauty of this data acquisition system. So you will require whenever we take the example of sugar factory or power plant, your whole data is actually taken into one control room, and from that it is controlled and it is monitored. So that is the main purpose of your data acquisition system. Okay, so now we'll see working of each channel. So first of all, obviously we are going to see the various channel number. We will select the channel number 1. Channel number 1 is temperature. So over here you can see channel number 1 is temperature. So first of all I have to make the power supply on for this cluster. The power supply is made on. Then I am making the temperature sensor on. Temperature sensor channel number I am going to select. Over here you have to keep your machine on manual mode. Then I am going to select the channel number by manually. Channel number 1 is temperature sensor. So you can see I have select the temperature sensor. Inside the temperature sensor, that means over here we have one heater. So heater will start heating, and simultaneously you can see there is change in the temperature. Now temperature is 27. Now you can see it's 31. So it will be continuously go on increment. 35. So likewise, this is working of channel number 1. Okay, the same overall this unit is actually coupled with the help of this pin. You can see at the back side. Okay, so this pin is there. By using this pin, this data acquisition system is connected to your sensor cluster. Okay, data acquisition system is connected to sensor cluster, and for this one we have this special kind of pin over here, or you can see there are number of wires, and from this one this data acquisition system can be further connected through USB to your computer, as you can see over here into this video. So from the USB you can directly take the output of this whole thing into one computer, and from there you can control that. See, you can monitor the whole data. Okay, so this is your first temperature sensor. Now you can see at initial the temperature was 27, now it is 60 degree. So in this way your whole digits, now temperature actually is in degree Celsius, now it is converted into digital and it can be shown onto this microprocessor. Okay, now we'll make this one off and we'll go for the channel number 2. So what is channel number 2? Into this list we can see channel number 2 is voltage and channel number 3 is current. Okay, so now we'll go for channel number 2. So channel number 2 is voltage. So I am making this on, it's on voltage. So upper side of the lever is for voltage. So I will increase the voltage. Over here I have to select the channel number 2. So I have select the channel number 2. Voltage is 5.6. You can check, voltage is 5.6. Similarly the voltage is 5.6. Now I will increase the voltage. It has become 8.5 something. Okay, now over here also it will reflect. Okay, it is 8.4. So there is error of 0.1. So it is we can actually neglect, it's not very big error. Okay, so this is for channel number 2. Now we will go for the channel number 3. Channel number 3 is your current. Okay, so now current is, I will vary the current over here, it is 11.1 ampere. Now here I will select the channel number 3, it is 11.0. Okay, so likewise in this way your whole things are actually working. Now after that we will go for the next one. Next channel number is number 4, ultrasonic distance in centimeter. Okay, so over here we have channel number 4, where you can see there is ultrasonic distance sensor. I am making the power on. So in this ultrasonic sensor I have to select your channel over here. Channel number 4 is ultrasonic sensor, so it senses the distance. So whenever we have any kind of object over here, let us assume that I have some object over here. I am holding this bottle against this one. So whenever the object will be moved, okay, so likewise now you can see at how much distance we have this bottle from that sensor. This is nothing but the sensor. Whatever this one is there, this one is nothing but your ultrasonic sensor, ultrasonic distance sensor to be very specific. Okay, in which we have transmitter and receiver. You can see over here, let me show you. We have transmitter and receiver. Okay, so from transmitter your signal will come, it will strike on your object, and after that it will go out. So now this is my object, I am holding the object over here. Okay, after holding the object, approximately it is somewhere around 8 centimeter. You can see in the upper scale the object is at 8 centimeter. So over here also we have 7 centimeter. Okay, so you can see this is the way your whole data acquisition system works. Now we'll go for the next channel. Next channel is your speed in RPM. Next channel is what? Speed in RPM. So in case of speed in RPM, you can see there is next channel number is 5. So we'll go for the speed in RPM. So this is nothing but the shaft against which we have to calculate the speed, or we have to measure the speed. So I am going to make this channel off. I am making this channel off. It's of no use. Then I am selecting the microprocessor channel number. The microprocessor channel number 5. which is for speed in RPM. So I am increasing, making the power supply on. Over here you can see the shaft is rotating, okay, and you can see there is RPM also, okay, 178 RPM. Now I will increase the RPM more. You can vary the speed with the help of this knob. I will increase the speed. Now you can check the RPM will be also increase, 185, okay. So these are all channels. So now I am going to make the power supply on. I will make it to 0, or I am going to reduce this one. So it will be also reduced over here, 165, somewhere around, okay. Now after that I am going to stop this one completely. I am done with this channel. Now I will go for the channel number 6, pressure in kg centimeter square, channel number 6. So I am going to select channel number 6 over here. Now there is no pressure. Over here I have pressure sensor. Over here I have pressure sensor. I will make the pressure sensor on. You can see there is a dial indicator also, and over here that pressure sensor is also. So for this pressure sensor, in order to increase the pressure, we have taken one output from here, okay, and from this one, with the help of this foot operated pump, we are going to operate the pressure sensor. So I am going to now operate the that pressure sensor by increasing the pressure. So whenever I will operate over here, likewise I have to kick over here, and after kicking, the pressure will be increased. So likewise, this pressure sensor will be sensed over here. So it is 11.6 something. So over here we also had 11.6. Now the pointer is coming down. Whenever I will again operate the foot operated pump, the pressure will be also increased, okay. So over here pressure is something around in between 1 and 2, or 20 kg per centimeter square. So here also we have 20 kg per centimeter square. Likewise we have angular displacement also, which can be seen over here. Now I am going to make this one off. I will make the angular displacement on. I am giving the displacement of some 130 degree around, okay. So you can see there is displacement of 130 degree or 125 somewhere. So you can see channel number 7, 125, okay. Now I am going to make this one off. Again LVDT, linear displacement. Over here I can move this knob. You can see there is one knob, okay. Whenever this knob will be moved, I have to select the linear displacement channel, channel number 8. This is the list of channel, okay. So I am going to make this one on. I am going to move this one. So this distance is 21. So you can check, whenever I will move this one, the distance will be also changed, okay. So it takes certain amount of time for reflection of the reading in this microprocessor, okay. Now it is 0 because I have extremely moved that to 10. Now I am going to that I am going to move that one up to some point. So distance is 28. Again I will move this one. The distance is again you can achieve over here 30. So likewise in this way we can actually conduct this practical, and this whole setup can be connected to your computer, okay. And while connecting to this computer will require some USB interface, and through this USB interface the whole setup can be connected to your computer, and that software required for the connection is called as DAQ master, okay. So with the help of DAQ master you can operate, even you can see the various types of graphs of these sensors. One sensor can be seen at one time, or number of sensors can be seen at the same time. So that is the beauty of this data acquisition system. Thank you.